So, some more thoughts for the day. Okay. Okay. So I get this a lot from my new friends here that I'm meeting. Um, I get a lot of it always comes back to the whole forgiveness thing. Like, okay, yes, I have been wronged many times in my life. Okay, too many times. Okay, I've had more than my share of betrayals in my life. Okay, and one would see me, and because of my innocent look, because I'm, lighthearted these days, easy on the eyes, the side bow kind of makes me look innocent too. Um, but a lot of people ask me or tell me, that I don't look like somebody who has been through it. So a lot of people will question the validity of my stories. And when I say I've been through it, people question that, whether I have been through it or whether I've not. And I am not a liar. I do not lie. Like I said, I made a conscious decision 10 years ago, 12 years ago ish, that I wasn't going to do that anymore. That I'm not no longer going to confuse people and I'm not going to muddy the waters anymore. Okay. And I have been through betrayals for many years, even from when I was a young child and I didn't even deserve it. And it still hurts me to this day because I'm still healing and I try not to cry. I try not to be emotional because it happened and I survived. Okay? Every obstacle that I had growing up, which I have yet to talk about, which I will be talking about soon, very soon, because that's what I'm being led to talk about next, is what I've been through in life. Details, okay? Because I feel it's going to help somebody in the future, you know? Okay, so lately, this past 6 months, I have been talked about. I have been sacrificed by somebody, okay? Somebody took it upon themselves to talk shit about me and spread these lies about me. And people decided to believe them without even getting to know me. And yes, the hardest time of my life because I've mentioned before, I don't like attention. I don't like being the center of attention. I hate it. I hate when people are looking at me. I just don't like it. I just like to blend in the crowd and be in the background somewhere. That's where I'm more comfortable. That's where I just find comfort is in the background somewhere, away from the spotlight. But no, I was put on display for everybody to see and everybody to laugh at me, make fun of me, make fun of my insecurities, make me some new insecurities that I didn't have. And they were all just looking at me and making my life miserable. Okay, they did. I'm not going to lie about that. They really made my life harder than it needed to be. Okay, and for what? For lies. How do I forgive such a big thing like that? How? How do I make peace with myself because, of course, nobody ever came to me to tell me anything. I had to find these things out on my own, okay? And how do I do that? Well, you know what? Anytime anybody tries to hurt somebody who doesn't even know this person really, clearly they have insecurities within themselves. Okay, I'm just assuming. This is me assuming, like they were assuming about me. I'm assuming they have insecurities and they don't feel so good about themselves in these departments that they were pointing their fingers at and judging me on. Okay, I'm just going to assume that because that's normally how it goes. Okay, so that those issues have nothing to do with me. I didn't specifically do anything to anybody, but possibly reject somebody or possibly not, you know, I didn't give in the way somebody wanted me to. Okay. I mean, I guess maybe this person felt rejected and they sought revenge. Okay. I can't handle how people take things. I wasn't rejecting anybody, but this is how they took it. Okay. And in turn, they decided to go around and make my life miserable. Okay. Cool. I've established that. Okay. So again, this had nothing to do with me. This was a person who had low insecurities within themselves. And me was secure at the time. I was a very secure person at that time. And I was feeling myself. I was being a bit cocky too. Okay. And that quickly turned me around and humbled me quickly. Okay. And I had to take a look at myself. And that in turn made me look at myself and how I was presenting myself and how I was coming off. I was being a bit rough around the edges, but because I was on the defense, okay? And I didn't know who it was at the time. I didn't know who was doing this to me. I didn't know why they were doing this to me. It was still kind of like cloudy. I wasn't sure. I kind of had a feeling, but I didn't know, okay? But it wasn't meant for me to know at that time who it was, okay? And that's cool. I always leave it to God. I always pray, and I wanted to know for a very long time, like, what? Tell me, show me, who was it? Tell me who it was. But I don't think I could have handled it back then. I don't think I could have. I would have gone backwards. I would have definitely gone backwards on my progress that I made. Okay, so that's why I always trust God and God's path. Okay, I'm following where God is leading me to go. Okay. So I don't ever I'm like, okay, cool. You don't want me to know. You don't want me to know. That's fine. I understand that because I know I'm a bit delicate in certain situations, and some things are my weakness, and some things I wouldn't be able to handle. Okay. So I understand that. But I had to recognize that it wasn't me. Maybe, yeah, I did need to work on myself, and I did work on myself because of my presentation. The way I used to deliver things, the way I used to deliver messages weren't so nice. I still had my toxic ways in that time. And I was talking to my cousin the other day, and I go, I don't know if you noticed, but we're a bit rough around the edges. we're a bit we're a bit strong on our opinions. And she's like, really, you think so? She was joking because all of the women in our family are like this because we've been raised by men. We don't know how to kind of be ladylike. We don't know how to bring it back some. We don't. And that's something that I really needed to work on because I was a bit masculine there. Like I was being too masculine. I was being a bit too demanding. I was being a bit too cocky. Okay. And I'm a bit old fashioned when it comes to women and men in the relationship and whatever. Like when I was in my relationship with Chris, I was the feminine, obviously. Chris was the masculine. I knew my place in the relationship. And that's probably going to piss some people off. That's probably going to be like, oh my God, I can't believe you said that. Yes, I do think old fashioned that way. I really do. I know a woman's place in a relationship, and that doesn't mean that I'm just, I'm beneath the masculine in the relationship. That's not what it means. It just means that the man, the masculine leads the way and the woman follows. I'm sorry. I know that's probably going to piss some people off. I'm really sorry. But that's how I think. But you wouldn't think that if you heard me, back then. You would think that I was like, the one that would wear the pants in the relationship. And no, I'm not. I'm actually very, what's the word? I'm very, I don't know what the word is I'm looking for. I'm very, I don't want to say submissive, but in relationships, I, I do submit in my relationship. I really do. But the way I was coming off was not the person that I really am. Okay. So I had to work on that. And all these people talking shit about me, I had to think about, okay, how are you coming off to these people? Okay, you're on the defense all the time, but you don't specifically say who you're on the defense for. I wasn't even talking to any of these people. I wasn't talking to any of them, but I guess in a way they thought I was talking about them, but I wasn't. But do you see how there's a miscommunication there? I was never talking about these people because I never even knew who they were until later, and so that was my fault because I was just putting out general like talking shit. I was just, you know, just saying shit out my mouth and not even thinking about it, and wasn't even thinking about who it was gonna offend. Well, I didn't know that these people thought that I was talking about them when I was never ever talking about them. I don't know if this person, the one that was talking shit about me, I don't know if they're the ones that said that I was talking about them, but I wasn't. Okay. It was a miscommunication. I was never talking to any of them. I don't even know them. Okay. But I had to think about it. Okay, B, what can we do? What can we learn from this situation? And that was it. You know, I was coming off a bit harsh. I was coming off a bit crazy. I was coming off a bit on the defense, and the wrong people got offended. So I had to understand if I were those people and I thought that I was talking to, or they were talking to me, like if the roles were reversed, okay? If I thought they were talking to me and saying such, because I'm gonna admit I was saying some out of pocket stuff, okay, I was saying some really bad things, okay, I would probably have reacted the same way they did, because I would have been under the impression that that we were conversing with each other when we weren't, you know what I mean? Anyways, so for that, that's how I had to forgive and let go, because it was, I feel, I mean, this is what I'm assuming. I don't know, I haven't talked to anybody, but I'm assuming it was a miscommunication and that we were all on the wrong page and we weren't even talking to each other. Okay. So that's how, I had to really, really dig in deep for that one, because I was like, okay, the shit they're saying is like fucked up. Okay, like really, it hurt. I'm not gonna lie, it hurt, and it made me humble myself. It really did. Made me look at myself. So it was hard. I had to dig deep for that one. I really did. But when you want to be forgiven for things that you've done, and like I said before, I haven't been the best person in my life. It's just recent, changes I made in the last few years. But I, like I said, last time I finally had met somebody, that I felt really deeply for. And like I said, it was like a whole nother level. And that was my karma, right? Okay. Well, God never forgets. Okay. Karma is always going to come back. If I want to be forgiven for the things that I did in the past, because I was a really bad person. Okay. I was a really dark person with dark thoughts back in the dizzle. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I was a bad person. I did a lot of bad things that I didn't really realize I was doing at the time. Because like I said, like with the whole relationship thing, I was defending myself. So me being a dick to everybody was me just protecting my little heart. That's all it was. But no, I was wrong. That was my excuse, but that didn't make it right. Okay. And that too, there were other things I'm not proud of, which I will discuss when they start talking about my history and the things I've been through. And I will tell you the things that I've done. And you will probably be surprised. You will probably be surprised that, like, wow, you're fucking evil. That's probably what you're going to tell me. I'm going to say, no, I was evil. I was evil. I used to be evil. I used to be evil back in the day. Okay. And if I want to be forgiven for the things that I've done, things that I've said, things that I've put people through, then I have to forgive these people, because that's how life goes. We have to take each thing that we go through. We have to acknowledge it. We gotta process it, and then we have to move on. We cannot hold on to things, because then we will not ever evolve in life. We're still going to be holding on to the same crap for years, and we're going to hold on to it forever, and it's just going to be taking up space when we could be living our life just carefree and just being free with the world. It's such a beautiful world out there. Like being outside is so beautiful, nature is so beautiful, and to be outside and experiencing life rather than staying like pissed off at people for no effing reason. I just say, just let it go. you know and acknowledge it, feel it, and then move on. And that's it. And that's how we need to do everything in our lives. And trust me, that's what I've been doing different in my life. And that's how I can appear like if I am naive, like if I am dumb, like if I don't know anything, because I let things go. I don't dwell on anything. And that's why I look the way I look. That's why it looks like I haven't been through anything, because I'm not holding on to anything. I'm not holding on to grudges. I let it the fuck go and I move on. That's what I do. I try to, see what the hell the problem was. I try to see what did I do wrong? What can I do better in the next situation like that? Well, you know what I decided? I decided to stop fucking talking shit on the internet. That's what I fucking decided to do. Because my sister told me, she's like, bitch, You are one intimidating motherfucker. You intimidate people, and people are kind of, and I don't mean like scared of me, like they're, oh my God, I'm going to hurt them. Like, I'm just a very intimidating person, and I didn't realize that for a very long time. Okay. I didn't realize that. And I was just, in my defense, the way I felt like I was justified to talk like this to people on the internet was because I was defending myself. And when you defend yourself, it's, you can do anything. You can say whatever you want. You can talk out of pocket. You can do whatever you want. Because you're defending yourself. They started it with me, then I'm gonna fucking finish it. That's how I used to think about it. But that's not right. Like I said, I wasn't even talking to these people. I wasn't. But it turned into this huge ass mess because I'm just gonna say it, and I mean this very kindly. I mean this out of any disrespect. Y'all were kind of like sticking your nose where it didn't belong. Can we just say that? Can we just say that? But you were probably told some things about me by a certain somebody, which involved you into the situation, right? So, in the end, I'm not blaming these people for defending this person on things I didn't even do. Okay, number one. But this person, for some reason, felt the need to out me like that. Like, burn me at the stake, pretty much. And for what? I didn't even do anything to this person. I didn't. I really didn't. And I hope that this person can at least say that and admit it, that I didn't do anything. I came off a bit strong, yeah. But that was about it. I never did anything wrong to this person. I don't think I did. If I did, obviously, there's a miscommunication there because I don't know what I did that was wrong. But like I said, if I want to be forgiven for everything that I've done in my life, which I was a very dark person for many, many years, I have to forgive. And that's how you get forgiveness. But you have to acknowledge it. You have to really think about it. You can't just say, okay, I forgive these people. No, you have to really dissect the situation and see what the hell's going on. You have to see, and this was some pretty bad things that were said about me. Okay. I didn't really appreciate it. I didn't, because it was in front of everybody and it was embarrassing. Okay. It was very embarrassing. It's still embarrassing, but I have to move on with my life. I can't dwell on it because it happened, whatever. Okay. I've cried about it many nights, many times. I've cried, and I worked through it, all the feelings, and I forgave, and that's how I'm moving on. Okay, and that's why a lot of people tell me, like, you really don't look like you've been through shit. It looks like you're ill experienced on things because of the way you talk. Well, okay, I've been through it. I've been through a lot, and you'd be surprised on the things I've been through. You've been surprised on the things I put myself through, as a youngster. I was fearless, man. You think I'm crazy now? Like, I used to be crazier back in the day. But anyways, I'll let you go. Forgive and forget and move on. And that's how we live our life. That's how you look youthful. Is because you don't dwell on the past. You really don't. Don't dwell on it. Don't dwell on anything. We have to let things go and don't hold a grudge with people. You didn't even know this person. People still stay hating me. They've never even met me in their life. I don't get it. I just don't understand. But anyways, y'all have a good day. Okay? I know I am. And I will see y'all later. Bye-bye.